Get ready to feel inspired. We will be taking old, tired pieces and transforming them into fresh, fabulous, upcycled furniture here at Malenka Originals. As you mentioned, we are talking about how to take old, tired pieces and transform them into fresh, fabulous, upcycled furniture. Now, the key behind it here at Malenka Originals, Annie Sloan chalk paint. Take a look at this beautiful color called Provence that Jen is working with. Now today, they've paired me with old white. Apparently it's the best-selling color. So we're going to be transforming this piece using the old white. Now, I've got my brush, I've got my paint. I know nothing of the technique quite yet. Apparently it is very easy to use. We will be showing you how to do it throughout the day. But here's what we need to keep in mind. This is why the paint is so popular. You don't need to prime, you don't need to sand. And not only can you paint wood, you can paint metal, you can even paint fabric. All right, so they give you all of the tools that you need to transform your piece here, and then they'll show you how to do it as well. So head to the website for more information. Before the end of the day, this will be an entirely new upcycled piece. We're currently sitting at 17 degrees, but we'll have a high of 22 today. Good morning, you're watching CTV Morning Live.
So we've caught back up with Sarah Freemark as she's going to upcycle a whole bunch of different household items.
Yeah, it makes you look at things a little differently, right, Sarah?
Absolutely. In fact, this is a first for me. I haven't really ever done much upcycling because, unfortunately, I'm not quite that crafty. But the woman joining me now is Katrina Barkley, is the owner here at Malenka Originals. I'm really excited to see what this looks like by the end of the morning.
This paint is so easy to use that this is going to look stunning in the next couple hours. It's going to be beautiful.
How long has the shop been open?
So the shop's been open for 3 years now. We're just at our 3-year anniversary.
Okay, and I love this. Where did the name Malenka come from?
So it's a nod to my grandfather. He used to call me Malenka Katrina. He was Ukrainian.
Yep.
And he used to do French polishing. He upcycled furniture too in a slightly different way. So this is sort of in his honor.
Now, you mentioned it a moment ago, you love the paint. What made you want to gravitate towards the Annie Sloan line?
It's so easy to use. You don't have to strip, you don't have to sand, you don't have to prime. You can just paint pretty much over anything. So even if it's damaged, you just paint right over it.
And sanding, priming, that's usually something you would traditionally have to do, right?
Otherwise the paint wouldn't stick with other paints.
Okay.
But with this one, it will stick to anything.
And when you say everything, you almost quite literally mean just that. I mean, we're looking at examples of wood here. What's Pat working on?
Pat's actually painting metal. We've got some hardware there that we're painting white. So it will go into metal. It will also go onto fabric. It will go into plastic. It will go into melamine. We can use it outdoors even.
This was the shocker for me. This is actual fabric that you painted.
Yeah, exactly. It was an ugly green upholstered chair, and now it's quite pretty.
Let's get to work.
Okay.
Okay, so what color have you selected?
Okay, we're going to use old white on the outside of this, and on the drawers we're going to do French linen for some nice contrast, maybe some detailing in French linen too. But we'll start with old white.
And you said that old white is the most popular color?
It is the most popular, for sure.
How
Absolutely.
many colors are there?
There's 32 colors in the range.
Okay.
You can mix the colors together too, which is special. You can't do that with other paints.
What did you need to do to this before we started painting?
So basically just give your piece a bit of a wipe down with a wet rag just to get any gunk off. That's pretty much all you have to do to start. Sometimes if it's really shiny, we scuff it up a little bit, but this one's fine. We can just go right over it.
What would I scuff it up with?
Just some sandpaper, 220 grit. You just rough it up a bit.
Which paintbrush for which effect?
Well, you're using Annie Sloan's really special round paintbrush.
Oh, there's signature brushes
It
too.
is, yeah, this is her signature brush.
Okay.
So this one's really nice for making some texture, which is what we want to do in this piece because it's going to be a little bit more antique-y looking by the end.
How do I do that?
Well, so you can just get in there and sort of just start painting kind of really every which way. You don't have to worry too much about, you know, being perfect. it's not what it's about, really.
Okay, now
so we can just get in there.
The first brush stroke I put down was pretty uniform.
It was.
And
well, no, it's totally fine. And what's interesting is because it's only half dry right now, we're making some more texture in there, which again is going to work great for what we want to do here. For what Jennifer's working on there, we're going to go a little bit smoother and in one direction because there we want sort of it to be a little bit less brush strokey.
I love this color. What's it called?
That's Provence, and that's my favorite color.
So you've got your best seller and your favorite color.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Planned it out.
All right, so now how many coats would I normally do?
So probably with Old White on this dark brown, we'll need 2 coats. Jennifer's going to need 2 coats as well. With this one, we might sand it a bit to distress it, so it's okay if some of the wood shows from underneath.
Sand it a bit after it's dried?
Yeah, we might just do a little bit of scuffing up on the edges just to have some of the wood come back.
Okay.
Because this one we want to look old. Again, with Jennifer's, we want it to look a little bit more modern, so we probably wouldn't do that with that one.
And there is a final step that we will introduce our viewers to just a little bit later in the day that actually gives it that rustic, almost antique-y feel, which is ironic given that we're taking an antique, upcycling it to look like a refurbished
Oh,
antique.
but it's going to look pretty fantastic. But this is using the wax. So there's Annie Sloan has 2 waxes.
You revealed the secret!
Oh, sorry. Oh, no.
Okay, so you've got an event.
Yes, we
Coming
do.
up this Saturday.
Yeah.
It's the first time for you. What are you calling it?
So this is the Refreshed Furniture pop-up shop, and this will be our 3rd one. And it's really exciting because I've invited 22 different people to come and sell their furniture in the parking lot. Massive tent we're putting up. And it's sort of, a lot of people that use this paint, they love it so much that they just want to start painting everything, and then they want to start selling it or doing things for their friends. So yeah, we have people from all walks of life coming to sell their furniture this weekend.
There's only so many pieces that you can create and keep in your own home, right?
True, exactly.
So
Yeah.
at a certain point, once you get to that level, you want to share it with the public. So what time does it kick off on Saturday?
So 10 o'clock on Saturday.
Okay, and the address here in Malenka?
275 Britannia Road.
Okay, 275 Britannia Road. All right, we're going to get back to work before the end of the morning. We will show you how we transform this old, tired piece into a beautiful, fresh, fabulous, upcycled slice of furniture.
Sarah Freemark is back, and she is doing some upcycling. Sarah, how you doing?
That's right, Lois. Very, very well, thank you. Here at Malenka Originals, we have been talking about how to take old, tired pieces of furniture and transform them into beautiful, upcycled pieces. Now, here's the thing. We can give you the tools, everything that you're going to need to do it, but without the knowledge, without the know-how, where are you supposed to begin? Now, Malenka has a couple of workshops that are coming up right around the corner. Now, not only will we tell you when they are, they're actually a fraction of the price that they usually are, and that is because 100% of the proceeds are going to a charitable organization right here in the community. We will have more info on that coming up in just a few minutes here on CTV Morning Live.
We are getting very creative. At least Sarah's getting creative this morning. We are upcycling a number of different furniture pieces and
Gorgeous stuff.
Finding out
furniture.
more at Malenka.
Absolutely. So we've been talking about how you can get all of the tools that you need to upcycle furniture here at Malenka Originals. But if you're interested in actually doing it yourself, then you definitely want to get in on one of their workshops. Now, right around the corner this Saturday, they have a couple of things going on. First of all, they have a pop-up shop going on. So there are 22 different vendors that are going to be selling over 100 different pieces of upcycled furniture, kind of like what you see up here, right? When you take something old and transform it into something new. Now, that's not the only thing that will be going on here at Malenka Originals. They also have abbreviated workshops, so you can learn the 2 main techniques used in refurbishing. 2-color distress technique and 2-color wash. Now, not only will I be learning exactly how those 2 different techniques are done, we're going to talk about why the workshops this weekend are offered at a fraction of the price that they usually are, because they are supporting a charitable organization that is very relevant right here in our community. We'll be right back here on CTV Morning Live.
Let's get to Sarah now, upcycling at Malenka. And how are we doing with our projects?
Oh, fantastic. We've been watching the women do most of the work here this morning. Now, they've got their head wrapped around the technique, for sure. You can tell that they know what they're doing. But the thing is, it's not just reserved for them. There are workshops, actually one coming up this Saturday, that will allow you to get in on the upcycling trend. Now, the pop-up shop this Saturday, what time does it start?
Yeah, so we're starting at 10. We're having 22 vendors who are all going to be selling their furniture. There's going to be over 100 pieces of furniture for sale, but lots of inspiration as well.
Okay, Katrina Barkley is the woman behind Malenka Originals here on Britannia Street. Now, it's not just going to be a sale of already completed pieces. This is a chance for people to actually get their hands dirty and take an abbreviated course.
Yeah.
What are the different workshops that you'll be hosting?
So we're going to do a special day of workshops at the pop-up. So people can actually sit down and learn some of the techniques, learn how to paint, learn how to wax. So we're going to be doing quick and easy workshop, we call it, where you can learn 2 different techniques. One is the 2-color distress. You're going to learn how to wax properly and how to distress the furniture. And then the other one is a 2-color wash that we're going to do.
Which one should we start with?
We're going to do right now. So this is already has a coat of paint on it. We've done some Obasan blue on here. And now we're going to do a lovely wash with white over top.
Is that the Annie Sloan chalk paint that has is the first layer on
Yeah, this is all using the Annie Sloan chalk paint.
Okay,
so
you're a huge fan of it, eh?
I love it. It's really easy to use and really fun, and there's so much you can do with it, which is hopefully what you'll see in a second here.
Okay.
That when you can play with it a little bit.
And when you come to the workshop, you'll already have the piece done like this, right?
So we're going to do some pre-painting of boards because there's a time factor in there. But we'll still teach you everything that you need to know for sure. So with this wash, what we're going to do is we're going to get some paint and then use some water as well to give it a nice white wash over top. So you're going to get a little bit of paint, and then you're going to dip into a bit of water here. And what I want you to do is just sort of start painting this in one direction, this nice kind of very watered look in one direction across the board until your board is completely covered.
Okay.
Now we've let that underneath coat dry really, really well, which is important to this whole look.
What will happen if you do it ahead of it being
you're going to take off some of the paint if it's not completely dry. So you got, that looks great. And then you're going to take your cloth that I gave you. I gave you a towel there, and you're just going to start wiping.
Okay.
And as you wipe, you're going to take some of the paint off, but it's going to leave a really nice washed effect on there where you can see some of the blue peeking through. You got it there? Yeah, no, that's looking good already. And then you can get even more water, and what you can do is start taking off more of that white to show some more of the blue. So it's a really nice way to get a second color on there, just to give it a really nice beachy sort of effect there. Yeah. Oh, it's looking good though. It's looking nice. So
do you offer this encouragement at the workshop?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, lots of encouragement.
Now there's one other technique that we'll be working with. What is it?
So and then at the workshop we're going to wax those. You're going to learn proper wax technique, but we're going to wax these ones right now, so you can see
to speed up that process, right?
So
you don't have to wait
grab
for
a wax brush there, a large wax brush. This one. Here's the clear wax. You're going to sort of just put this on the board. And just kind of get the wax all over the place, move in different directions. This is a clear wax. This is Annie Sloan's clear soft wax. So we're not going to see much, but it's going to give the furniture or the paint a really nice finished look. It's going to give it a little bit of shine. I'm going to give you another. I don't see anything
at this point.
Yeah, so get that and then give it a good wipe. And sort of push as you wipe. You don't have to be afraid. You're kind of pushing in as you wipe it off.
Okay.
Because you want it to not be tacky or sticky. It should feel nice and quite dry.
And which board represents that finished wax?
So these ones all do. These ones have the wax on them. And we're going to give it the dark wax too. So just dip into a bit of that. This is where things get really fun.
Okay.
And we're going to put this dark wax over top. Oh boy. Yeah, oh boy is right.
Okay.
So with this technique, we're going for a more antique-y look. We're trying to make it look nice and aged and give it that shabby chic look that we all love.
All right, we'll let people know that they can head to the Malenka Originals website to sign up for the quickie workshops that are going to be happening this Saturday. And a reminder, the workshops are offered at a huge discount because 100% of the proceeds are going to support Syrian refugees that are in distress right now. So an excellent way to give back to the community. 16 degrees, but we are looking at a high of 22 today. We'll be right back here on CTV Morning Live.